But now it's composition time. I was telling Joshua we're having an easy day today. We don't want it too wacky because it's Saturday, it's weekend time. So it's going to be composition time. But Auntie's not working you too hard. The fun thing about the composition is each child gets to do like a paragraph in the composition. So this is a composition that starts off saying it started out like any other day. Remember when I was telling you about compositions? And I said sometimes you could get a composition like write something about this topic. My school, an interesting person in my neighborhood, my best friend, a day we'll never forget, something like that. Sometimes you could get a composition like it started this way or it ended this way, you know? Or sometimes you could get a composition like on the topic, why is it important to take care of the environment? You understand me? So we have a lot of different ways. Or sometimes you could get like they show you 3 or 4 pictures, drawings, and they tell you look at the pictures and write about what you think happened. What's your favorite kind of composition to write? You told me you like to do the one with the pictures. Which one you like to do the best?
The one with the pictures.
The one with the pictures. Oh, the children like that, you know, and that's okay. Because you could find like 5 children could look at the same picture and bring over the story in different ways. Yeah, so that's interesting. But the one we are working on together, it's a team effort because, yeah, we got our Auntie Family Creative Intuition family. This one starts off, it started out like any other day. So I'm going to read it to you so far and then you're going to be giving me the next paragraph. All right, you up for this challenge, Joshua? Yes. So the first paragraph was written by the famous Shania Scantlebury, get in there, 99. And the second paragraph was written today by Amari Marshall Ali. Amari Aline Marshall. Let me get your name right. Okay. It started out like any other day. Pay attention because you got to understand how to let the story flow. It started out like any other day. I woke up. I sat on my bed and I watched laptop. I went outside. Then I came inside and had breakfast. I had burger and bread and ham and nuggets on the side. It was yummy. I had my bath and brushed my teeth. Then I went back outside and played with my cousins. We played tag, sticky, freeze tag, and ran races. I usually come second or sometimes even first in the races. I never come third. When I come first, my cousin trades me his phone case or something, or else I chase him. Right. So you now have to continue. You notice anything about the way he was reading, Joshua? And he was reading with a lot of expression. You know what it means to read with expression?
Yes, please.
Tell me.
Active and reading.
Let me hear you.
Active and reading.
Active reading. Okay. Yeah, reading with expression means like as I read, I'm paying attention to what's happening in the story. So if it's a part of the story that's sad, I might lower my voice. If it's something exciting that's happening, you would hear by how I change my voice that is exciting. And then we have like punctuation marks. If I see like an exclamation mark, I will know somebody's shouting. They might be shouting because they're angry or they're trying to get your attention. Danger, look out! You know, a car is coming or somebody don't want you to get licked down. Or they might be angry. You know, I told you not to do that and you are not listening. Something like that. So there's something that we would come along to do. Some children do this naturally. That you might hear me talk about Nine. I find she's very expressive in her intonation and so on. Even in her talking. Although she still has the words, she's coming along with her reading, right? Yeah, some of the children are like that naturally. Kedar too. Yeah. And that makes some strange, but although Kedar has a lot of work to do with his reading, I find Kedar is like that naturally, even when telling the story. Like I had shared one sometime about him, the story we made up with the seeing the pictures with the children picking the mangoes, and then the guy came and he was angry that they were picking the mangoes. You know who the mangoes belong to, you know? Yeah, some children are natural with that. So that's something we will work on as we go along. So what I want to tell you now, Joshua, this story, the first line says it started out like any other day. So anything ticking in your mind when you hear that part, it started out like any other day? When I say anything ticking in your mind, like you got any thoughts about how this story might unfold and how it might end?
It started with a sunny, bright day.
It started with a sunny, bright day, yeah. But what I'm saying too, if it starts off saying it started out like any other day, something might be going in my mind like, you know what? It started out like any other day. Like at first I was thinking, it's just gonna be the usual Saturday. I'm gonna get up, brush my teeth, have my breakfast, do my usual thing, play my games with my cousins, eat my macaroni and chicken and say yum yum yum. I'm so thankful for my food. Have lessons with Auntie Jessica. But along the way, something happened that made today different from the usual day. You understand?
Yes, please.
Right. I was surprised. Something that I did not expect happened and it changed my day completely. That at the end of the day, I had to say, this wasn't the usual day at all. It was something different about this day. Right? So what we gotta figure out now is how far we will go with the normal day part before we bring in something to say that there's something different. This was something surprising. This was something, you know, it might be something good or it could be like something frustrating. Like a problem came and I had to figure out how I'm gonna solve this problem, what I'm gonna do to bring back things to like a normal state. You see? So this is what we're gonna try to figure out now. How far are we going along? So for your paragraph, so far you heard Auntie read and I said it started out as the normal day. I got it, I had breakfast. We said what breakfast was. Then we came along to the next paragraph. I had my bath, I brushed my teeth, I went back outside, I played, and we described. Remember, this is something we do too. We want to be describing things. We don't just want to come and say, I had breakfast. We want that the person that's reading the story will be so interesting to them that when they're reading it, they feel as if they are experiencing it just the same way as us, right? So we want to be telling them what we had to eat for breakfast. If we had a longer story, we would even go deeper into it and we would tell them, what are some things you think that I could say to make them experience the breakfast even more? I told them what I had for breakfast. Remember I told you about adjectives. Adjectives are things that we use to describe things, right? How we experience things. Sight, smell, taste, hearing, touch, so on. So when I'm saying I had burger and bread, ham and nuggets on the side, what's something I could say that would I use in my sense of hearing? Is anything that I could tell them, you think? About breakfast. I could tell them like I could hear the hamburger, the burger sizzling in the pan, you know? Like when it gets dropped in the oil and you can hear it. I was thinking I can't wait to eat this yummy burger, right? Or if I'm going to be getting tea, I heard the kettle boiling. I heard when the kettle whistled when it was boiling. Then I could say I was smelling it. You like to smell ham at Christmas time?
Yes, yes.
Right. So I could say I was smelling it, boy, and my mouth started to water. I can't wait to get this breakfast, you know? And I could tell them my taste, and it was so juicy in my mouth and so nice. So we could go into a lot of detail if we want the story to be very long. Then the next paragraph we come to know, we talk about I went back outside and I was playing games with my cousins. We mentioned the games. tag, sticky freeze tag, ran the races, and then I give a little detail. I usually come second or first in the races and so on. So some more detail if I wanted, I could have said who I run with, who I play with, my cousins, children in the neighborhood, and I could tell you a bit about those children, right? So it's always a way to give more details, and you will be feeling the excitement, because imagine like you and I running and somebody else, somebody saying, I back in Joshua, go Joshua, go Joshua, go, and another boy say, I back in Auntie, let Auntie gonna catch you. No, Joshua gonna win the race. And these are ways we make a story exciting too. So you give me an idea now what you want to say next. So far we had our breakfast, we had our bath, we back outside now, and we playing. So this is like a normal day. We get to learn about each other now. Shania, she went first. She told me her normal day in terms of her breakfast. Amari told me his normal day in terms of his games. So you give me a piece of you know. If you were outside playing and then it was time to like finish playing, maybe it's coming up to lunchtime, or you would normally have any chores, anything to do at home. Give me an idea what you would do. You don't got any chores to do, Joshua? What, Joshua, you the lucky boy, yeah? Hey. What you would be doing when you finish playing? What do you think is the next thing that you would have to do?
I said I get water.
Or you will come inside to get some water because you're thirsty. Alright. So how you want to say I was very thirsty, so I came inside to get some water?
Yes, please.
Okay. I was very thirsty. I was very thirsty after running the races. So I came inside. After running the races. So I came inside. To get some water. Alright, you gotta give me about 3 more sentences. So you want that we introduce something that can change the day now? Or you want like the next paragraph will be that something?
Change the paragraph.
We want to introduce something to change it now.
Yes, please.
Right. So what do you think can happen? Maybe somebody came to the house or the phone rang or something like that, or you got any ideas? What can happen now? You got to introduce something that changing this day altogether. Y'all following? We introducing something.
Eviction notice.
Wow! My boy got on a whole new level. So there was a knock on the door.
Per eviction notice.
Suddenly, so there was a knock on the door, or somebody might be knocking, like nailing the notice on the door. Suddenly, I heard a knocking outside as if somebody was hammering, right? Joshua, you're doing great. I heard a loud knocking outside. I'm so excited. He just blows my mind every time. I heard a loud knocking outside, as if someone were knocking. As if someone were hammering. Alright, 2 more sentences. You're doing great. What we will say next?
And then the person come inside and tell us that we have to leave.
So who opened the door? You are, mommy. Mommy, okay. Mommy opens the door. We going straight and she opened the door, or she saying like, I wonder what's happening out there, or you want her to go straight and open the door, like what's going on? How you want it to happen?
She goes straight to the door.
Mommy opened the door and said, what she was saying was all this noise out here?
Yes.
Mommy opened the door and said, what is all of this noise out here? And then it's a man that put up the note, the man that has the notice?
Yes, please.
Okay. So let me see how I can do it now. The man will be somebody that you all know, or like a stranger. How you want this man? Like he's somebody you know already, like from the bank or something, or he's a stranger.
He's a landlord.
Oh, okay. So standing outside, and how he looking? He looking happy or he looking angry?
Angry.
Standing outside, looking angry. Looking angry was our landlord. Give him a name. Mr. Who?
Mr. Gittins.
Mr. Gittins. He had nailed an eviction notice on our house. Nice. So you want Mr. Gittins to say anything, or are you finishing your part there? What you want to do?
Mr. Gittins said something.
Alright. Tell me what Mr. Gittins was saying.
He wasn't paying your rent enough.
You have not been paying your rent, so you have to leave the house. How much time he giving you when he want you out of the house?
In 3 hours.
What? That's a very short time, boy. Alright. You have not. We want to say how long we did not pay the rent, or just say you have not been paying your rent?
We have not been paying your rent.
You have not been paying your rent. I want you out of my house. And how he's saying this, like he's shouting, or he's saying it in like a stern way. He's saying it calmly. How you think he would be saying this?
Calm.
Calmly, okay. Because remember you said he's angry, but you still think he would say that part calmly. Because he's sure about what he wants.
Yes, please.
Okay. And that is an adverb. What is an adverb? You know what is an adverb?
No, please.
An adverb is a word that describes a verb. It describes how you are doing an action, right? So, see, when I was telling you how Auntie reads with expression, and I told you sometimes Auntie would be reading. Reading is the verb. Sometimes Auntie would be reading loudly, softly, excitedly, calmly, different ways. So right now we're talking about how Mr. Gittins is talking, and you told me he's reading calmly. The action is talking, the adverb is calmly. Okay. You have not been paying your rent. I want you out of my house in 3 hours, he said calmly. Are you stopping it there, or you want mommy to say something? Or you want to say about how you were feeling? How you were feeling, yeah. So tell me how that would make you feel.
Sad.
Sad, oh dear. I felt sad. And what you would be thinking in your head?
Don't have to go on the streets.
Oh dear. I was worried that we would have to go on the street. Alright, I'm gonna stop there. And then I think the next lesson might be you, though, depending on what days you get next week. So we will pick back up. I felt sad. I was worried that we would go on the streets. I'm loving this story, Joshua. That you have a very rich imagination, that we would go on the streets. I am so impressed. You want me to read the whole story for you now and see how it's sung in? Yeah? Yeah, everybody excited. Everybody, please let me know how you're loving the story. It's unfolding so beautifully, so organically. That's a big word. That just means you know the word organic? Yeah? Tell me what it means. Organic, you normally hear the word organic a lot when we're talking about our food. Like if somebody says this was a good thing, like this lettuce was grown organically. They didn't use pesticides, they didn't use fertilizers to make it grow, they just let it grow in a natural way, right? No chemicals, nothing like that, organic. So that's when we're dealing with food. So the same way, when we're talking about doing things in our lives, which is how Auntie lives her life, Auntie always says she tries not to force things in her life. You allow things to just unfold in a natural way. So that's how we're doing it with this story. We're not forcing anything. We're allowing the story to flow, right? The story has a certain rhythm to it. Yeah, everything in life is rhythm, correct. Okay. A story so far by Shania Amari, otherwise known Shania, otherwise known as Nai Nai. Amari, also known as Mary Bear, and Joshua. You have a nickname, Joshua?
Josh.
Josh, also known as Josh. And Auntie, also known as what? Auntie. Alright. It started out like any other day. I woke up, I sat on my bed and I watched laptop. I went outside. Then I came inside and had breakfast. I had burger and bread and ham and nuggets on the side. It was yummy, yummy in my tummy. I had my bath and brushed my teeth. Then I went back outside and played with my cousins. We played tag, sticky, freeze tag, and ran races. I usually come second or sometimes even first in the races. I never come third. When I come first, my cousin trades me his phone case or something, or else I chase him. I was very thirsty after running the races, so I came inside to get some water. Suddenly, I heard a loud knocking outside, as if someone were hammering. Mommy opened the door and said, "What is all of this noise out here?" Standing outside, looking angry, was our landlord, Mr. Gittins. He had nailed an eviction notice on our house. You have not been paying your rent. I want you out of my house in 3 hours, he said calmly. I felt sad. You hear how my voice gone? And when I say sad, I felt sad. I was worried that we would go on the streets. So that is how far our story has come. I am absolutely loving this story. I hope you're loving it too. I'm so proud of my children and their creativity. And to hear them telling their own stories, I'm very passionate. Auntie's a very passionate person. Very passionate about this. We don't always want to be reading other people's stories, Joshua. Sometimes we want to be writing our own stories, correct? Because we're capable and we're very creative people. Right? Yeah. That's our purpose. We were born to create. So we want to be able to create stories that other people can read sometimes. So I'm loving it. You let me know if you're loving it too. Alright, spelling time coming up next.